Happy Tuesday, television family. We have gathered once again to give you local television information, local television entertainment, and just plain local television. We are live here at 7 a.m. on this 24th day of June, 2025. I'm Dan Kuntz. It's Tuesday. Again, a little hazy out there. We are 72 on the AQI scale. It doesn't look as bad as it did yesterday, but this is about where we were yesterday as far as air quality is concerned. It will improve as the day progresses. So it's a little hazy out there. We're going to see some high clouds passing in and out in the morning hours. By late afternoon, early evening hours, high clouds will be prevalent. It's going to be warm today, quite warm, warmer than yesterday, but we'll see some passing clouds, a couple of short waves working their way through here. There's a ridge of high pressure. That's a flat ridge off the Pacific coast. We're at the very edge of that, which does allow for the high clouds to come in. We're going to be pretty warm today, fairly warm on Wednesday. We'll cool down to near normal temperatures on Thursday and Friday. They look very pleasant with lots of sunshine. And then starting Sunday, we start warming up. And as we say goodbye to June and welcome July early next week, we're going to be hot. Nothing like it's been on the East Coast, but it's going to be hot. All those details are coming up, plus the news. Mariners are just crushing baseballs over the wall. Cal Raleigh did it again, his 32nd home run for the second time this month. He's the American League Player of the Week, and since he's done it twice in the month of June, he's probably going to be the American League Player of the Month, all things considered. Highlights of a nice Mariner victory over the Twins. We'll talk a little Apple Sox baseball. Mike Bernardi's got an opinion, and in the back half of the program, a really cool video commissioned by the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority. The topic is data centers. They are here, and there are more coming. There are a lot in Grant County. They're building them in Douglas County, not far from Pangborn Memorial Airport. And of course, Microsoft is making a significant investment in the Malaga area. You'll hear from executives from Microsoft and SABE and folks from the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority. It's a very fascinating video, and you'll see that in the back half of the program. Tour time. PTZ cameras are fired up. There's the haze for the Wenatchee Valley. Again, we are at 72 on the AQI, the Air Quality Index. That means it is moderate. Moses Lake is at 66. Moses Lake wasn't even registering much yesterday. It's a little hazier out in the basin. Royal City is at 62. George is at 61. Chelan is at 59. Omak is at 63 right now on the AQI scale. There is some smoke out there. Again, it improves as the day progresses. This is about the time of the day when the AQI is at its highest, is right now as we look out over the Wenatchee Valley, and still see some high clouds up there as well. Our second camera, I don't know, Josiah throws it up and then I tell you what it is. Well, it's Billy Goat. Obviously, our highest camera, 7,000 feet above sea level, something like that. Obviously, I mean, look at it. It's obviously a lot of real estate. On a clear day, there's a little protuberance in the upper left-hand corner of that shot there, and that is Mount Kalispell, which is in British Columbia. That's the kind of view you get on a clear day. Obviously, right now, it's not a clear day, at least from Billy Goat. And again, that gives you a lot of information. So it may not look to the naked eye as hazy as it does on television. Camera number 3. Back up to Lake Wenatchee we go. Again, a little hazy there. Lake Wenatchee is fairly close to the fire burning about 35 miles up the Antioch drainage area. From a geographical standpoint, obviously you can't drive from Lake Wenatchee to Antioch over the mountains, but so they have a little smoke there as well. Outside of that, pretty quiet, pretty peaceful up at Lake Wenatchee way, usually is. And the fourth camera, we wrap things up with Black Mountain. Again, snow continues to melt away up in the Cascades. Nice view from Black Mountain high atop Peshastin with a little view of Leavenworth down there. And again, they got hazy skies as well. Leavenworth, your AQI right now is 40, so you're fine. Air's a little cooler in the Leavenworth area. 2 slides to show for you. We do this on Tuesdays if it's available to us, your 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This takes us from June 29th to July 3rd, basically most of next week, Monday through Thursday. And as I mentioned already, we're going to have a quick warm-up. It starts on Saturday, really takes hold on Sunday, and by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, it's going to be hot. We are very likely to see temperatures above normal, oftentimes well above normal, triple digits by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, just in time for the holiday, is within our wheelhouse if you want to cool off head down to, say, Lubbock, Texas. Well, temperatures will be a little below normal. So that's temperature, same time period for precipitation, leaning above normal, and that would be the kind of precipitation we get in late June, early July, which would mean unstable atmosphere means pop-up thunderstorms. But that's not in the forecast, but they're hedging their bets a little bit. We could even get some light sprinkles today, but this is for next week. This is June 29th through July 3rd, so it looks like it's definitely going to be warmer than normal and perhaps a little wetter than normal, but we don't get a lot of rain this time of the year. We haven't gotten a lot of rain at all. Yesterday's high, by the way, was 79. Our normal high is 80. It's about what we're going to be for the next couple of days. And today will be 16 seconds shorter than yesterday. From the National Weather Service. As the day progresses, the clouds will begin to roll in. There'll be high clouds. They're not going to be hanging low, and they're not going to be very dense. High wispy clouds will filter the sun. It'll be fairly cloudy by the end of the day today. We'll get up to about 87 degrees, so it's going to be considerably warmer today. Just a slight chance of some light sprinkles. No wind in the forecast today or tonight, or really Wednesday. A little breezy on Wednesday. We'll cool down a little bit to about 83. Not expecting any high clouds on Wednesday or Wednesday night. A little breezy Wednesday night. Not too bad. Then we cool down right around normal, right around 80 or so, with lots of sunshine and a light wind on Thursday and Friday. It looks very nice indeed when the Apple Sox come back into town. And then we start warming up. A little above normal on Saturday, well above normal on Sunday, mid-90s on Monday. And by the time we get to Wednesday, we could get to triple digits as July bids us hello. That is the weather. We're going to take a break and come back with your headlines on this Tuesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The joys of sitting in traffic, burning gas, donating your paycheck to parking enforcement. Or you could join us this June for Ride Transit Month. On Link, you ride for free, anytime, anywhere. Plus, Link's electric buses run on clean, local hydropower. Thanks, Columbia River. So while you're saving some cash, you're also saving a planet. So hop on board Link for Ride Transit Month. Stress-free, wallet-friendly, eco-smart.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
It's a little hazy, 63 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. We'll be warmer than yesterday. We're talking 86, 87 with high clouds today, maybe even a sprinkle or two. A little cooler as we get closer to the weekend, and then whoop, right back up we go on Saturday and especially on Sunday when we start getting hot. It's 9 minutes after the hour. One Wenatchee man was injured and another man arrested following a shooting that occurred near 9th Street and North Mission. This happened on Saturday evening. Wenatchee Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld says that when officers responded to the scene minutes after the shooting was reported, they found a 21-year-old Wenatchee man with a severe gunshot wound. More than 6 witnesses pointed to 21-year-old Adil Ricardo Aparicio of Wenatchee as the gunman. The victim was transported to Confluence Health Hospital's Central Campus and then airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Aparicio was booked into the Chelan County Regional Justice Center on suspicion of assault with a firearm. Anybody with video footage of the incident is asked to call Rivercom's non-emergency line and speak to Detective Lorenzo Cornelio. Wenatchee Valley firefighters were summoned early Monday morning to a 2-alarm structure fire in the 800 block of Methouse Street. It destroyed a rear carport, a lot full of vehicles, and damaged an adjacent 1-bedroom home. Fire Department Information Officer Kay McKellar says the blaze was reported about 3:45 yesterday morning. It went to a second alarm as crews tried to prevent further spread from the vehicle lot. The occupants of the other were able to exit safely. Nobody was injured. McKellar says the cause of the fire remains under investigation. Shrub steppe ecosystems in our area are being threatened by wildfire, and the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife is using prescribed burns to fix that. Shrub steppe consists of sagebrush and native grasses and provides shelter and food for endangered species. The department spent part of the spring leading a restoration project for the shrub steppe habitat in the Sagebrush Flat Unit in Douglas County. The project uses mowing and prescribed burns to mimic natural disturbances, to control invasive species, and to promote native plant regeneration. The next phase of the project includes another prescribed burn, habitat monitoring, weed control, and native seeding, and surveys of the endangered pygmy rabbit population. Democrats and outdoor advocates are pushing back against a congressional proposal to open up an estimated 250 million acres of western public land for sale, including 5.3 million acres in our state. Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee added the plan to the One Big Beautiful bill. The reconciliation of that bill is now in the Senate. Lee's provision would allow sales of Bureau of Land Management acreage, as well as U.S. Forest Service land, including thousands of acres around the Wenatchee Valley. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell, a Democrat, points out the parcels for sale would include nearly the entire Methouse Valley, as well as thousands of acres along the south shore of Lake Chelan. Lee and fellow Republicans have justified the proposal as a way to free up land for new housing. And the Apple Cup Cafe has been in Ryan Peterson's family since the mid-1990s, but after that fire back in March damaged the building beyond repair, Ryan and his wife Erin decided, well, we're done. They were going to call it quits, but a surprising opportunity arose, and now the Apple Cup Cafe has a chance to live on Wooden Avenue in downtown Chelan.
It's been a rough year and a half for sure. The fire started from a compressor for the walk-in freezer in the back of the building. Still haven't gotten any clarification on exactly what the reasoning was, what exactly went wrong, but it's been a process. Anyone that's experienced a disaster like that is familiar with just the unfamiliarity. Trying to figure out your best move and manage and negotiate the right direction is really difficult. The original intention was to salvage the building. I think we met with probably 9 different contractors, and each one of them I told, no, we're not demoing. We're saving the building at whatever cost. And then that cost got ridiculous, so we changed tune and decided to demo and rebuild. Through the fire department, we actually did a control burn through them, and they used it as a training exercise. I want to say there was 50 firefighters that showed up, maybe more.
Yeah, and firefighters from
everywhere.
Every city around here.
Yeah, and it was actually really cool. I'm grateful we got to do that. Started hitting engineering and getting some bids back for the rebuild, and it was just
insurmountable.
Ridiculous numbers, So we shifted gears. We actually decided to close down operations and just close the Apple Cup completely. And relatively soon after making that decision, announcing to our staff, we were approached by Larry Hibbert, who owned this building before, about leasing it. We declined, and then he offered to sell it. So just kind of made a decision to relocate. You know, there's definitely some disadvantages and advantages to this space. You know, the layout is, we wouldn't design the restaurant to be this way, but there are some benefits. I mean, being downtown has been great, like just the access to neighbors, other businesses, you know, the foot traffic. But you know, there's also something about being on the Upper East Side of Woodin and that we miss, parking being a big one. But we've done our best to try to bring in as much salvage material as possible from the Apple Cup, from the original Apple Cup. You know, these tables, you know, customers might recognize that we have refurbished for this space. We were able to, it was really important, the mural on the side of the building was painted by local artists, and a lot of contributions done from high school students at the time. It was important to the community that we salvaged that, and we were able to, we actually literally circular sawed through the side of the building and pulled off half the wall. The projected opening date is June 26th. There's a couple hurdles that we have to get through to get there, and we're doing everything we can to ensure that those are met, and we meet that opening date. As far as anything special, I was asked if we were doing a soft opening, and I honestly, I've been so busy focused on getting this place ready that we haven't really even considered what it's going to actually be like once we open. So I don't know if there's going to be anything huge and monumental when we open. You know, we'd love to, and we need to reach out to, but we'd love to have our first meal served here be to the firefighters locally. You know, we were just so grateful for all their attempts in trying to save the old building that we want to try and get back, and you know, as we are resurrected here, we want to show our gratitude to them and bring them in for a first meal. But otherwise, we're just going to open the doors and see what happens.
We're flying by the seat of our pants, as always.
Yeah.
That is the news on this Tuesday. The gang will be getting back together again and cranking out another newscast for you tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on TV, 5, 6, and 10 on television. If you have local tel, that would be channel 12. If you subscribe to Charter Spectrum, that would be channel 19. If you don't subscribe to any cable provider at all, you got the web, and our news will be up and running on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, on our YouTube page, and we'll put a link on our Facebook page. We have an app. The QR code is right there. And if you have a news tip, we'd love to hear from you. Best way to go about doing it, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. The Mariners continue to play better away from T-Mobile Park. Last night was no exception. Baseball and sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
"20 minutes after the hour, Cal Raleigh hit his major league leading 32nd home run last night. Went a 4 by the Mariners. No problems. 11-2 the final. Over the Minnesota Twins, Julio Rodriguez and Luke Raley homered as part of a 6-run third inning for Seattle, and Dominic Canzone, who homered twice on Sunday, went deep again. For the Mariners, Brian Wu pitched very well. He gave up just 2 runs, struck out 9 to win his 2nd straight start.
Take third. JP, a fly ball out to Buxton in center field. Williamson is coming home and will score easily. A nice piece of situational hitting there from JP Crawford.
Julio batting.
Julio rips this ball to left field. Not coming back. Julio with a massive tank all the way to the second deck. A long time coming. It's a 3-0 Mariners lead.
This is so good to see. Julio Rodriguez has not homered since May 27th. A drought of 101 homerless at-bats coming into today, make it 102. But this is really good to see. He saw that change up the second time, and he recognized that pitch out of Ober's hand and crushed it into the seat.
Mariners have 2 on with 2 outs. Raley, a charge to center field. Buxton watching, and this bangs off the big wall. It's gone. Luke Raley. He has opened the doors here in the 3rd inning on a big-time blast.
At some point, I'm going to stop saying it's really good to have Luke Raley back, but it's not yet. 5 for 8 now with that home run since his return, and he has some impressive power. To hit that out of the yard here, dead center field, that ball was touched.
Still just 1 out, Jorge Polanco. Polanco slices one to left center field. Buxton on the move. Buxton will dive, and you bet he'll get there. Another great play from Buxton. He was playing in right center field. He went to left center. Another great play from Platinum in center.
And this is called putting the team on your back, battling the sun, going a long way. He's so special.
Here comes the pitch to Canzone.
High out to right field, and on its way, Dom Canzone way up there to the second deck. That's his 3rd home run in the last 2 games.
Explain to me how this guy hits the baseball so hard. 108 miles per hour off the bat.
And Larnach slams one high in the air to right center field. This one is back towards the seats, and that is going to go on a home run. Number 11 for Trevor Larnach. 2nd time he's homered off Brian Wu this season. And the Twins have made this a 7-1 game. 3-2 to Correa, and he sends one in the air to left center field. Back it goes, deep it goes, and that is gone. And the Twins go back-to-back, Larnach and Correa, and it's now 7-2. 4th time the Twins have gone back-to-back this season. Correa's 1st home run at this ballpark in a month.
Went right after the Twins tonight.
Julio plugs the gap in left center field. Mariners played a little add-on in the 9th inning. Canzone and Williamson both score. Julio a home run earlier, now a 2-run double.
And here's Cal Raleigh with a chance to hit the historic home run. Another milestone, another record.
Well, there goes number 32. Cal Raleigh annihilates another one. He has homered in 4 consecutive games for the first time in his big league career. An exclamation mark on a monster night for the Mariners. And chance for MVP inside Target Field. Twins down to their final out. Vasquez a fly ball out to Arozarena. Right there for the game's final out. 11-2 the Mariners.
Brian Wu admitted that he was overthrowing a bit at the start of the game, and then he settled into a groove.
Yeah, I mean, little adjustments. I think I don't know. Sometimes you go into a game and you want to get ahead so bad that you almost try too hard. And I think that was kind of a little bit of it, like overthrowing a little bit in the beginning and falling behind a lot, and didn't do a great job with OOs and a lot of 1-0, 2-0 counts. You had to work back in, and then the first couple innings kind of a little bit longer, and then did a better job in the back half of getting ahead and kind of being in control of the at-bats a little bit. But yeah, just adjustments you had to make throughout the game. I'm always kind of leaning on it, but I think, there's days where it's got a little bit more life and guys just aren't seeing it. I think with the sun too and the shadows, I think it was also a bit of a factor. So yeah, I think once you get through the second and third time through the lineup, I think I still got to do a better job of mixing in the secondaries and not being so predictable. I feel like, especially with the 2 homers in the last inning, just kind of it was falling behind and not doing a good job of being in control of the at-bat, and you kind of have to lay in when you get to 3-2, and that one's on me. I got to do a much better job of getting ahead, being in control of the AB, and then can kind of do what I want from there versus you fall behind and you get a little predictable. So yeah, always things to get better about.
Second game of the series features a matchup of veteran right-handers. Seattle will go at Louis Castillo. Chris Paddock will go for the Twins. First pitch on Root Sports is at 4:40. Well, the Astros were idle yesterday. That means the Mariners pick up a half a game. With their victory over the Twins, the Angels remain 7 games back. They knocked off the Red Sox 9-5, but the Rangers fall to 7.5 games back by losing to the Orioles. Again, the Athletics and the Astros didn't play. Well, the Wenatchee Apple Sox will try to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight in Bellingham against the Bells. The Sox lost all 3 games in Edmonton over the weekend. The Bells lost 2 of their 3 games in Bellingham to the new team, the Marion Berries. Bellingham leads the WCL North. They're 14-7. Wenatchee and Edmonton are tied for second with identical 11-7 records. The Sox and the Bells play again Wednesday and Thursday before Wenatchee returns to town Friday for a 3-game set against Victoria. And that Friday night game we will have for you right here on the NCWLIFE channel. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 27 minutes after the hour, the obscure holiday, we have a number of them for you today. It's Farmer's Day in Peru. And you would say, well, why do we care about that? But keep in mind, if you eat certain fruits and vegetables when they're not in season here, it may have come from Peru. We're talking grapes, blueberries, avocados, and asparagus. If you eat those 4 fruits and vegetables between, say, November and March, the odds are pretty good it came from Peru. It's a National Pralines Day, one of the South's great contributions to Epicureans. It's an International Fairy Day. It's National Upcycling Day. It's a Swim a Lap Day, and so today we're going to swim a lap. Everybody into the pool. It's Kids Swim. Today is National Swim a Lap Day, or 2. As a matter of fact, we all know that swimming is outstanding exercise, one of the best all-around exercises you can have. Of course, humans have been swimming since they've been humans and water. And swimming as a sport, as an actual competitive sport, goes back like thousands of years. In fact, swimming was one of the very first Olympic sports when they brought the Olympics back in 1896, and it's been one of the most popular Olympic sports since then. The first swimming goggles were made from tortoise shells. I was supposed to see out of them. Benjamin Franklin was the guy who invented swim fins, those things that you strap onto your feet. That was Ben Franklin invented that. If you are a competitive swimmer, a top flight competitive swimmer, you can swim up to 12 miles a day. And of course, swimming will burn about 40% more calories than riding your bike in the same amount of time. And in case you're curious, the first bikini was invented in France in 1946. I no longer wear mine. It doesn't fit. And do you have a chance? Go out and swim a lap today. If you're a resident of the city of Wenatchee, swimming at the city pool is very cheap, and it's very big. It's 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history. 79 years ago today, the Spokane Indians on their way to Bremerton. This is on June 24th, 1946. The Spokane Indians were on a bus on I-90 on Snoqualmie Pass on their way to Bremerton. They had just gotten over the summit and were heading towards Issaquah. This is back when Snoqualmie Pass was just 2 lanes, one in each direction. They had just crested the summit and were heading down the hill when a wrong-way driver Coming up Snoqualmie Pass, the bus had to swerve to avoid the wrong-way driver. The bus jumped a guardrail. It plunged 350 feet down a ravine. It burst into flames. 9 members of the Spokane Indians were killed. Among those was Wenatchee resident Mel Cole, who was the manager and catcher of the team. The driver of the vehicle that caused the crash was never identified, and it brought out more of the legend of Lucky Lorkie. Jack Lorkie was the third baseman on the Spokane Indians. He fought in the Normandy invasion and the Battle of the Bulge in 1944 and 1945. Jack Lorkie was scheduled to fly from Camp Kilmer in New Jersey to California, where he was to receive his discharge. But at the last second, he was bumped off his flight by a colonel. That plane went down with no survivors. Jack Lorkie was on the bus. That day, the bus stopped in Ellensburg so they could gas up the bus and get something to eat. And while they were in Ellensburg, word came to Jack Lorkie that he had been called up to San Diego. So he got off the bus in Ellensburg to hitchhike back to Spokane and was not on the bus on this accident on this date 79 years ago today. The Berlin blockade began on this date 77 years ago today. The Soviet Union made all overland travel between West Germany and West Berlin impossible. All land supply routes, roads, canals, railroads, all of them blockaded by the Soviets. They figured we'll just starve them to death, but the only way to supply West Berlin with food and fuel and everything else that they needed was by air. So we flew it in. American C-47 and C-54 transport airplanes together flew over 92 million miles during the Berlin airlift. That's almost the distance from the Earth to the sun. At the height of the airlift, one plane landed in West Berlin every 30 seconds. Eventually, the Soviets said, this isn't working anymore. The Berlin blockade started on this date in 1948. 15 years ago today at Wimbledon, guess who won and guess who lost? John Isner of the United States defeats Nicolas Mahut of France at Wimbledon. Here was the final. The final score was 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-6, 70-68. It took 11 hours, 5 minutes, over 3 days. 183 games. It remains by far the longest match in the history of tennis, regardless of how you measure it, either by time or the number of games. The final set, that 70-68 set, that by itself was longer than any other previous tennis match ever. And then they got smart and they instigated a rule change. That means if they get to the 5th set, and there will be a tiebreaker, which means that that match that you see there will probably never be replicated, provided that the change that they made after that match remains in place. 11 hours, 5 minutes, and it took them 3 days. Guess who won? And 3 years ago today, the United States Supreme Court, in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, the Supreme Court rules 6-3 that the United States Constitution does not assign the authority to regulate abortions to the federal government. They overturned Roe v. Wade and returned the authority to regulate abortion to the individual states 3 years ago today. Birthdays. Heavenly birthday, the Manasseh Mauler, Jack Dempsey. Born in this state in 1895, he was the heavyweight champion of the world from 1919 to 1926. Back in the day with Jack Dempsey at the height of his popularity, the two big sports in America by far was baseball and boxing. People don't talk about boxing much anymore, but alongside Babe Ruth, Jack Dempsey was the most popular athlete of his time and one of the very few big-time heavyweight boxing champions who didn't blow all of his money. When he retired, he kept all of his money. He ended up giving a lot of his money away to other boxers who had fallen on hard times. Mick Fleetwood, 78 years old today. One half of the name, Fleetwood Mac, along with the bassist, John McVie. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and a good drummer, too. Class of 1998. Jeff Beck, considered the guitarist's guitarist. He could play anything and play it really good. The only sad thing about Jeff Beck is that he never made a truly great album. He had a hard time hanging on to bands. Jeff Beck. We miss Jeff Beck. He was born in the state in 1944, two-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Mindy Kaling is 46. She directed and wrote a lot of the episodes of The Office, and then The Mindy Project, and Never Have I Known. She's 46 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. About a month ago, the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority commissioned a really cool video about data centers. They're here, and there's more coming. You'll hear from executives from SABE, from Microsoft, and Port Authority folks themselves in a video you don't want to miss. It's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, two 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Celebrate this great country of ours during Rockfest in Rock Island the last Saturday in June. Great music, great bands, great fun. It all happens at the Rock Island Golf Course. Mark your calendars and be prepared for fun, family fun, and live music till the fireworks start crackling. Sponsored by Real Homes alongside Douglas County and Marson & Marson. Pack your chair, pack your picnic basket, or enjoy food from the food trucks. Rockfest in Rock Island the last Saturday in June.
Welcome to the summer of good. Good people, good taste, good vibes, and good, well, everything. When you're ready for some old-fashioned good, Abby's is your place. We've been celebrating summers around the P&W for over 60 years. At Abby's, good is a legendary tradition. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some summer smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. It's the summer of good, only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and this is Cabella. Cabella loves his stuffed animals. He has to have a large supply of them at all times. Cabella came to us as a stray about 2 months ago, and we know that he is about 3 years old because it turned out that he was actually ours before. We found a microchip on him, which traced him back to us having him as a puppy, and he was the cutest puppy. Yes, you were. We never would have thought he would look like this. As a puppy, he looked just like a German Shepherd. It's really funny. Yeah. It's really affectionate. For a while, we were trying to figure out what kind of breed Cabella is, because he looks so much like maybe a wire hair, Irish wolfhound. We've had so many people guess, and so we decided to do a DNA test, which was really fun, and it completely floored us. So Cabella here is mostly German Shepherd. He next is Golden Retriever. He's Great Pyrenees and also Border Collie. So a really interesting mix. Yes, you are. Cabella can be a little selective with other dog friends, but he does have a couple friends here. So as usual, we always suggest that if you have a dog, bring them with you to meet him, because you never know, they might be best friends. We do know that he's not great with cats or small animals because they are just way too exciting and he can't control himself. So much fun. So we don't recommend cats. Cabella loves his stuffed animals and he loves his people and he loves going on walks and just playing and having fun. So if you'd like to come and meet our Cabella, we are open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, and we would love to introduce you. You can also come down Wednesday if you just make an appointment with us online.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I believe there are a number of private and charter schools in our area. Actually, one of my grandkids goes to one. And I remember when this particular school and the others started, they did so without justifying the creation of their school by spreading false information and outright lies about the public school system and our current school board. I mean, why should they? People, you can start at school if you want to. Yeah, nobody's stopping you. So why should any local organization have to resort to mudslinging and the outright spreading of lies and disinformation to justify their doing so? Well, you know, this is why. It's a common fascist tactic. Yeah, that's the word, fascist. If you want like-minded people to support your project financially, you create a mutual enemy. Yep. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today, our pet of the week is Sparrow. Sparrow is a male 9-year-old tabby. He originally came to us with his brother, and his brother was the more confident one of the two, and so that helped him settle into the shelter environment. But then soon after, his brother was adopted, so now it's Sparrow's turn to find his forever home. Sparrow is an extremely affectionate guy. He loves his head scratches, as you can see. Oh yes, he loves cat grass. He loves pets. He likes to play sometimes. Ooh, there you go, honey. Bonk. He's a very easygoing, chill guy. He already has a history of living at homes with other cats. I don't believe we have info on how he is with dogs in home, but if you do it nice and slow, I'm sure that they can learn to love each other. Sparrow likes to spend a lot of time just hanging out. He'd be just a great lap cat. He's very easy to get along with. Overall, I think Sparrow would make an amazing family cat. Since Sparrow has had his brother been adopted, he was really shy and fearful because of that, because he's 9. He grew up with his brother his whole life. So it took him a while to decompress and get used to just all the sights and people and noises that the shelter has, but he's really settled in really well. He has great kennel presence, so people who come by, he's always ready and happy to say hello. He's very eager to greet everybody and give them kisses and hugs. Also, Sparrow's adoption fee has been covered by a donor, so he really is truly take-home ready. If you want to meet Sparrow, we are closed on Wednesdays, but you can come by Thursday through Tuesday. We are open 12:30 to 6 p.m. Sparrow would love to meet you and probably get in some pets while he's at it.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
They come and infuse an initial large capital investment for their facilities. Sales tax are collected on that. It increases property values. It takes some of the tax burden off of our local citizens. But the great thing about data centers is every 3 to 5 years, they have to replace their servers. And that's another huge infusion of sales tax revenue to our local taxing jurisdictions. They also provide great jobs, a range of levels, but they average paying about 1.7 times more than our average job in the region.
When you total the SABI employees, our customer employees, and all of the full-time dedicated contractors, we're at about 142. And that was a count that we did about 6 months ago. So 142 and growing. And then in Quincy, we have even more. We have about 250 full-time jobs on our Quincy campus.
We're looking at, by the time our next round of data centers are complete, we're going to have upwards of 670 full-time employees. For every one of those operation jobs, 2 other jobs are created.
How much has SABI invested in Douglas County since 2007? Hundreds of millions of dollars. And then our tenants, our customers invested a similar number themselves.
We have paid out $269 million regionally with economic activity just in fiscal year 24 from our operations of our data centers.
We are in the process of spending somewhere between $40 and $50 million upgrading the Malaga Water District system to serve the Microsoft sites in Malaga. And what is amazing about Microsoft is we developed this system. They continue to remind us we're building it for the community and not for a single-use group. So upsize it, upsize the water tanks, upsize the water lines. This system should not be for Microsoft. This system, when it's done, should be able to serve additional capacity in that Malaga area. And so they won't take credit for it, but they're upsizing things. And so as we look for housing, workforce housing, all of that, if it wasn't for Microsoft's investments, Malaga would never have an opportunity to grow responsibly.
Last summer at one of our group progress meetings, the Malaga Water District informed me that they were able to push through an additional 100 permits for residential homes, and that was solely because they knew of all the improvements that were being done to their system by Microsoft. So really, I mean, there's this trickle-down effect that this data center development is actually helping us solve our housing problem by allowing additional houses to be built in the region.
In the last couple of years, SABE has given about $600,000 directly to local organizations. We give money to school districts to support their programs. We gave money to the YMCA to build their new facility.
Our fire district is going to reopen the Malaga fire station, and so, but to do that, property taxes lag, right? Property taxes are still a couple years away. And so Microsoft, not required by the building permit, not required by Chelan County, basically said, no, we understand we need to put some firefighters in there. We're just going to go ahead and self-fund it for the first year.
And the benefit that will create for the community of Malaga is their fire rates will go back down because of proximity to their response times, and it'll be a great benefit for the community.
So we're just going to write a check so the firefighters can be in Malaga, and they didn't have to do that. They were not required to do that, and they stepped up and said, we're going to do the right thing.
Yeah, the tax base here, just to kind of rough, it was like 500 million about 20 years ago. Now it's about 8.5 billion now. I mean, it's almost a tenfold. Well, no, actually more than tenfold.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-fold.
When I started in '96, we were between 500 and 600 million evaluation as a district. And like, Pat said, right now we're 8.5 or 8.9 billion.
So there's the new hospital over to the left. So this, the data centers and our property tax base help pay for a lot of this, or most of it.
Probably over 40%.
And see, there's the old hospital. You can see a nice side by side. That hospital was back in the 1950s. It was built. So look at the new one, the difference. But that's the kind of the service infrastructure that we're getting now as a result of all the industry that's come in.
This is our new high school that was built 5 years ago. But it's got all the rooms, the ag rooms.
Got a couple of gymnasiums. Really nice football field on the other side. Homes like right across the street now, which is nice. Having neighborhoods right next to the school. This was all agricultural fields.
This was all farm ground.
Yeah, a few years ago. Now it's high schools, homes. This wouldn't have been possible without the data centers.
Data centers have been a real positive influence on the regions. And the reason for that is because their assessed valuation is so much higher than, say, homes or something of that nature. And the greater the assessed valuation for the county, that means that our property taxes that homeowners pay actually will be less.
Never would I thought that we'd have in these data centers not only billions of dollars of investment, but basically to say, guess what? They're not really using hardly any Chelan County or Douglas County power. It's all being wheeled in. And they're also going to be a very wise use of water. So here's a major company coming in, a very small environmental footprint, and they're going to be paying millions of property taxes, sales taxes. I mean, we've hit the jackpot with a company like this coming in.
One thing to consider is SABE's not driving the demand, right? We're meeting the demand with supply, right? So it's literally all of us that are driving demand for data centers, because data centers are the physical infrastructure that supports our digital lives. As long as our culture, our civilization has a demand for digital services, digital stuff, then there's going to have to be more data centers built.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The next historic wine walk through downtown Wenatchee will be on Saturday, June 28th, hosted by the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Pre-register at the museum's website. Tickets are on sale now for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the musical. It's this year's Hot August Nights production from Jamie Donegan. Christina Capehart directs this comedy based on the 1988 film. You can get your tickets at the box office or at the website for the pack.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pibbus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pibbus Market. Pibbus Market, where community meets.
Yeah, it's a little hazy out there. Temperature hasn't moved very much. We're still at about 63, 64 degrees here in downtown Wenatchee, but the AQI has improved, and it is apt to do. It was 73 on the AQI scale, which is moderate in the valley when this show started at 7 o'clock. Now here in Wenatchee, it's down to 60. It's still a little on the dirty side out in the Columbia Basin. Moses Lake is at 64 on the AQI. Quincy is at 61. Freight is at 61 degrees up north. Medhow Valley, you're at 63 on the AQI scale. Chelan's at 60. So the area is a little dirty down there, again, from the area wildfires. And we do have a little bit of a ridge of high pressure, a flat ridge, which is going to allow some buildup of some smoke in the air. It dissipates as the day progresses, and the clouds, unfortunately, will be thickening up a little bit. We're going to be under the influence of high clouds. They're going to be up there quite a ways in the atmosphere. Not really packing a lot of moisture. Could see some light sprinkles late this afternoon, but they'll be high and they'll be thin, and they'll be hanging around by the time we get to the end of the day today. But it's going to be fairly warm today. We only got to 79 yesterday, which is about normal. Normal high is 80. We're going to be warmer than that today by a few degrees, and by the time we get to next week, just in time for July, it's going to be hot. From the National Weather Service, we're looking at something like this. 87 today. Again, clouds will increase as the day progresses. There'll be high clouds up there, and a little bit of a sprinkle is not out of the question. It'll be cloudy in the early evening hours, and then it'll clear out overnight tonight. We'll get down to 62 for the overnight low. About 83 with a little bit of wind on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just about normal, right around 80 with lots of sunshine, very little wind, downright pleasant. On Thursday and Friday, we start warming up on Saturday, then we really start warming up Monday and Tuesday. And the National Weather Service says we here in the Valley have a very good chance of getting to 100 degrees by Wednesday and Thursday, which, by the way, is July. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.